Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Beam, and Instagram. We also have a GoFundMe page set up that we appreciate all donations because we do rely on our own funds. Thank you so much. Today we're taking a look at the Apple Pencil. This is the $99 accessory that's only used for the iPad Pro. You may think that may be overpriced, and in some cases it is overpriced, and in some cases you don't really need it even if you have an iPad Pro. I've had the iPad Pro for a long time before I actually got my order in. Today's January the 15th, and I've been using it pretty normally, and I've been pretty happy with using normal styli that cost maybe dollars only. Now this does a few things that the others don't. Another styli that costs more and less and do more and less. But this is one of the ones that you probably should have for the iPad Pro if you do any kind of drawing or if you need exact manipulation of the screen, let's call it. Let's take a look at the stylization of this thing. It's all white. I think this is a plastic finish. I think it does not match anything that Apple makes anymore. I think this would be better in aluminum, but that's just my personal preference. Here's the tip here that you can actually screw off and replace. Here is this cap that goes over this lightning connector here. They do have an adapter so you can connect this to a lightning cable and charge it. But if you want to charge it on the go, all you do is just plug it in here and charge it. This is also the same way that you would initially pair this. So you plug this in, the iPad says, do you want to pair this? And then you say yes, and it pairs it through Bluetooth. It works pretty simple. Now for me, I've had this paired all the time. I don't see the battery draining, but I like charging this every once in a while just for my own comfort so I don't have this run out. As far as I know, you can't check the battery life anywhere. There's no lights on here, there's nothing on here, so you kind of just have to guess, and when it stops working, it stops working. If there's something I've overlooked, of course, please let me know. What this thing's claim to fame is palm rejection, so you can lay your hand on here and you can do drawing, and it differentiates straightforward drawing to tilted drawing. So you saw I got a thin line and a thicker line here like I was drawing from the side. And it does everything mostly well. Palm direction works, I'd say, for me, 75% of the time. But on the paper app, which this is made for and they've optimized it for, it should work perfectly in my opinion, but it doesn't. In some cases, you're drawing and it just stops. I have not left the surface of the screen, but because of my palm being on here, it just doesn't take. And for sometimes it just kind of erases what I just did, and that's infuriating if you're me and you're anal about pretty much everything. So just be aware of that. Sometimes, I don't know if it's a connection lost or if it gets overridden by my palm in some way, but the thing is, if you were to move this away and still draw with your finger, you can still do it. They should just have this that it's connected, Bluetooth knows I have it, don't allow me to draw with the finger. Don't allow this thing to screw up, because it just shouldn't do that. Do one or the other. Maybe there's a setting that could be added for it. But I think it's a great device. It feels like the weight of this feels right. I just wish it was a different finish. I also wish that there was a way that you can actually snap this to the iPad. Now, Papers Maker also made the original pencil, which looks kind of flat and wooden. That had something called magnetic snap, which used the magnets that are here to help with the smart cover feature to wake your iPad up when the cover is removed. And you could just lay it here and it would snap. This doesn't have any of that. So you're forced to put this in your pocket or maybe behind your ear. I normally keep it behind my ear, and there's no way that I can, it's just too slippery. It slides out. So I have to keep this in my pocket and hope that I don't bend over and snap this thing in half. Oddly enough, when I was a kid, I liked snapping pencils like this. I kind of want to do it. I have that urge, but of course I don't want to because this was expensive. But there's a lot of things to like. There's a lot of things not to like. I assume that firmware updates will continually improve this. And of course, there's going to be the Apple Pencil 2, which is going to be redone in some ways. But if you're looking to get this, I'd say go for it if you can afford it. It works perfectly well for the iPad Pro now. I mean, it is the definition of perfect because that's all they have. There are no other options other than just the dollar styli. But I guess it's not actually perfect. There is room for improvement. But check it out. It's currently back ordered still, so if you put the order in, expect to wait a little bit. It's available at the Apple Store and not many other places. All right, so this has been Matt for Creative Reviews. We've been taking a look at the Apple Pencil, the accessory for the iPad Pro if you're into drawing and other things. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Beam, and Instagram. And we do have that GoFundMe page set up. We'd appreciate all your donations because we do rely on our own funds. Thank you again. See you guys next time.